Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. There's an enormous difference between what most people know and what they do. We were raised in a world and we went to school for many years in a system where the focus was placed on knowing, taking in information, gaining knowledge, and then recognizing a person for how much they could remember. But we're really living in a world that isn't interested in what you know, but what you do. You know how important it is to be able to get the job done? We live in a world where people think what they know, but we have two minds. We have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind is the part of the mind that expresses whatever is impressed upon it. It's not something that we learn in school, but ever since you were a little kid, the emotional impact of ideas that you were in love with or else bothered you, hurt your feelings, that emotional residue, the chemical residue of how that made you feel has stayed with you. If you heard your parents fighting about money, you might have an aversion to money because you think that maybe that's the root of all evil. Or you might have seen your parents beating each other up and then they say, oh, no, we love each other. And then you have a crazy, scary idea that love means beating each other up. And, you get kind of a bastardized idea of what love is or what money is all about. We learn through observation, and it doesn't matter how much we know, unless we practice it, it's not going to happen in our lives. Like you could read a complete manual of how to ride a bicycle, but unless you get on and start pedaling, you're never going to be able to ride a bicycle. As adults, we start to think, oh, I have to know everything. I couldn't do that because I don't know how. Well, you didn't know how to walk until you learned when you were a toddler or a baby. You didn't know. Some people still don't know how to ride a bike or dive off a high diving board because they were too scared to try. Or maybe their parents were too afraid they might get hurt and then held them back. Oh no, don't do that, you'll get hurt. Don't do that, it's scary. Don't do that, you don't know how. Well, how are you going to know how unless you put into practice what you've learned? It doesn't matter what you know. Are you putting into practice what you can do, what you can be, what you can have? We limit ourselves to playing small because we're worried what other people are going to think about us. We're worried that we might fail. We're worried that we don't know how it's going to turn out. Well, you have to try, fall down, get up and try again. If you really want to do something else, something different, something that makes your heart expand when you think about it, it's going to take effort. It's going to take practice. It's going to take maybe falling down and making a fool of yourself, maybe several times. And then life changes. When you embody the person that you really are, like, what do you want? Who do you think you are? You have to put it into practice. Our bodies do what our subconscious mind has been programmed to do. It follows the instructions. So if you're working in a good government job like I was, and you decide that you want to go after something else, it's really, really scary. It feels like you're jumping off a cliff to actually leave a career that you've been involved in for 10, 15, 20, or like me, 39 years before you got the courage to say, I'm made for something bigger. I want something else. I know there's something more for me. I don't really know yet how it's going to happen. I don't really know how it's possible, but I know I can't stay here grinding it out any longer. I need to do something for someone. I need to change the world. And in order to change the world, I need to change myself. It's going to have to come from within. We can start to change when we understand how the subconscious mind is programmed. Knowing is not enough to get results. Results come from behavior, and our behavior is caused by the paradigm, that habitual way we think, the habitual way we feel, the habitual way we do things. Most of us are living our lives on autopilot, and we think that's all there is. Well, as we start to change that, the way we believe about ourselves, getting it aligned with a goal that we truly desire, changing our mindset, changing the way we think about ourselves, changing our concept of ourselves, then we change the outside world. Then we change the results that show up in our lives. We can't look at our results and say, I'm going to change this and try and change our behavior, because our subconscious mind pulls us back to acting the way we were programmed by people who loved us and wanted the best for us, wanted to keep us safe. But staying safe in the comfort zone is not living your best life, not growing, not developing into what you were meant to do and to be and to have. You have to calm your mind and your body, relax, and think about, what do I really, really want? It's hard in the moment. Maybe you're going around in circles. Maybe you're fighting the same fight. And when you stop for a moment and say, what do I really want? Well, you're so keyed up or angry or revolving around the same patterned behavior, you can't possibly think that anything is possible for you. It takes getting into a creative state of being. It takes practicing being calm and relaxed, and practicing over and over, asking yourself, if I could do or be or have what my soul desires, what I really, really want, what would that be? What would that look like? I'm going to read the chapter called Serenity in the book As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. This is something that I was taught to read every day, to write out every day. If you consider writing this out with your non-dominant hand for 30 days in a row, I promise you, you will start to relax. You'll start to become calm. You'll start to think about Serenity. And it's not like the old Seinfeld episode where George's dad says, "Serenity now." It is truly being in the energy changing stream of being calm, calm mind, calm body, and then tapping into that, what do I really want? So here is serenity. Calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is the result of long and patient effort in self-control. Its presence is an indication of ripened experience and of a more than ordinary knowledge of the laws and operations of thought. A man becomes calm in the measure that he understands himself as a thought-evolved being, for such knowledge necessitates the understanding of others as the result of thought. And as he develops a right understanding and sees more and more clearly the internal relations of things by the action of cause and effect, he ceases to fuss and fume and worry and grieve and remains poised, steadfast, serene. The calm man, having learned how to govern himself, knows how to adapt himself to others, and they in turn reverence his spiritual strength and feel that they can learn of him and rely upon him. The more tranquil a man becomes, the greater is his success, his influence, his power for good. Even the ordinary trader will find his business prosperity increase as he develops a greater self-control and equanimity, for people will always prefer to deal with a man whose demeanor is strongly equable. The strong, calm man is always loved and revered. He is like a shade-giving tree in a thirsty land, or a sheltering rock in a storm. Who does not love a tranquil heart, a sweet-tempered, balanced life? It does not matter whether it rains or shines or what changes come to those possessing these blessings, for they are always sweet, serene, and calm. That exquisite poise of character, which we shall call serenity, is the last lesson of culture, the fruitage of the soul. It is precious as wisdom, more to be desired than gold, yea, than even fine gold. How insignificant mere money-seeking looks in comparison with a serene life, a life that dwells in the ocean of truth, beneath the waves, beyond the reaches of the tempest, in the eternal calm. How many people we know who sour their lives, who ruin all that is sweet and beautiful by explosive tempers, who destroy their poise of character and make bad blood. It is a question whether the great majority of people do not ruin their lives and mar their happiness by lack of self-control. How few people we meet in life who are well balanced, who have that exquisite poise which is characteristic of the finished character. Yes, humility surges with uncontrolled passion, is tumultuous with ungoverned grief, is blown about by anxiety and doubt. Only the wise man, only he whose thoughts are controlled and purified, makes the winds and the storms of the soul obey him. Tempest-tossed souls, wherever ye may be, under whatsoever conditions ye may live, know this: in the ocean of life, the isles of blessedness are smiling, and the sunny shore of your ideal awaits your coming. Keep your hand firmly upon the helm of thought. In the bark of your soul reclines the commanding master. He does but sleep. Wake him. Self-control is strength. Right thought is mastery. Calmness is power. Say unto your heart, peace, be still. Say unto your heart, peace, be still. Now I know it's all about talking about man, but James Allen lived between 1864 and 1912, and he wrote, As a Man Thinketh, and he's talking about mankind. He's not limiting to one specific gender. So I read it as it was written, but I want you to take this to heart, because he also said, mind is the master power that molds and makes, and man is mind, and evermore he takes the tool of thought, and shaping what he wills, brings forth 1,000 joys or 1,000 ills. He thinks in secret, and it comes to pass. Environment is but his looking glass. It doesn't matter if you identify as he or she or they or them. This is not about gender. This is about your soul. This is about quieting your mind and the physical body that you're living in, and just thinking about what you truly desire. There is a law of perpetual transmutation of energy. That means what you think, your dominant thoughts, is what you ultimately become. We all know people who are miserable, and we've heard misery loves company. Well, joy loves company too. But when you're miserable and you talk about it and you stay stuck in that pattern, you actually attract more misery to you. You attract more circumstances to be complaining about. When you practice being calm and practicing beautiful thoughts of where you would love to be, when you practice the attitude of gratitude, I love life and life loves me. I am so happy and grateful. Wow, I am living my best life. You see more evidence of the good. And when you focus on the good becomes better. And when you focus on what you want as if it's here now, you attract all the people, all the money, all the resources, all the opportunities that you need in order to attain your beautiful goal. When you think of your goal as a destination, that's where I'm going. That's who I'm becoming. That's what I want to be. When you practice feeling as if you are already there, it's here now. How do you feel? Practicing being calm, being serene, being relaxed and in control of your creative mind. That's when ideas pop into your head about how you can do something differently. It's about increasing awareness. When you're focused on what you want, sometimes you get an impulse to do something different, or to pick up the phone and call a person, or you think about a loved one and they call you, and you might say, "Oh, I was just thinking about you." That's your intuition. We can tap into our intuition. We can be in the state of being what we want to be, who we want to be, what we want to be doing. You're here for a purpose. If you're not living your purpose, you might be feeling miserable and complaining about how life sucks. But if you are calm and serene and practicing being in control of your thoughts, that sets up your whole day for getting closer to what you truly desire. When we change who the world thinks we are, who we're meant to be, when you understand paradigms, it becomes obvious that people who have love and joy and the success that they want in their lives are not successful because of what they know, but because of who they are, what they do, their thoughts, their feelings, their behaviors, how they act, everything, their paradigms, the habitual way they respond instead of react. They've been aligned with the results that they desire. Think about what you truly desire. What would you love to be or do or have? When you think from the calm mind, from being in control, from being serene and just practicing relaxing, taking a deep breath in and letting it go. A deep breath in and asking yourself, what do I really want? There is infinite power flowing to and through me. There is a spark of God energy, and it's in me. What do I want to bring out? What do I really want to do with my life? What brings me joy? What does it feel like to be loved and respected and have enough money that I could be or do or have whatever I desire without harming another person? If I had all the wealth I needed to bring joy to other people, to end poverty, to have the time and money freedom to do what I want to do and help my loved ones, help my community, leave a legacy, what does that look like? Practice being relaxed, being of calm mind, calm body. Calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is a result of long and patient effort in self-control. Its presence is an indication of ripened experience and of a more than ordinary knowledge of the laws and operations of thought. Take the time to put your thoughts on paper. Your thought energy is a very powerful creative force. We have 60 to 90,000 thoughts a day. Take a thought, write down, what do I really, really, really want? What do I want? And then say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so happy and grateful now that. And whatever you truly desire, get into the feeling that you already have it now and write it down as if it's already here now. Write it down as if you're sending me a letter and telling me what it looks like, what your heart's desire is, who you want to be. When your thoughts and your feelings and your actions are aligned, that's when results happen. It starts by deciding what you really want, having a goal, having a beautiful result that you want to attain, and then writing it down, because writing causes thinking. So write your goal down in the present tense. I am so happy and grateful now that. I'm going to be quiet for a couple of minutes and allow you to write your heart's desire. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Look at what you've written down. Pretend that you're already there. Maybe write that note on a little sticky and carry it around, or post it all over your house, and start acting as if you already have the wish fulfilled. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Maybe share this information with other people. What you know, what you've learned, you are becoming. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice.